Hey everyone, it's Caito, and in today's video, we're going to be creating a spooky forest. So if you're interested in content like this and you want to see more in the future, I'd appreciate if you like and subscribe. Make sure you hit that notification bell if you want to get notified every time that I post, but let's get right into it. So I have been creating a spooky Halloween themed island during my streams, and one of the areas I knew that I wanted to have was a spooky forest. I actually created a previous version of this area, and there was just something that wasn't quite sitting right with me, and it was the fact that there wasn't any pathing underneath the spooky trees. So I decided to tear it down, rebuild it, and that's where we are. I kept the pathing so I knew the general area that I wanted the trees to be in. So we're going to create a spooky forest again. I hope you guys are interested in seeing how I do it. I will say these spooky trees are not an easy item to work with, so let's go ahead and get started. First things first, I like to put down some of my trees, and one of the biggest things when creating a forest for me is I really like varying the heights of my trees as well as the locations of my trees to make it look as natural as possible. I feel like that's really important. So you're going to see me using a lot of the large cedar trees as well as the fully grown cedar trees. So I'm going to have a lot of stunted trees in here. If you don't know how to stunt a tree, it's super easy. All you have to do is plant a fruit behind, next to, in any of the spaces right near the tree. That tree will stay in that stage of development, whichever one that it's in. I have a whole video on it if you want to go and check that out. See all the different stages, see what they look like stunted. I really love utilizing stunted trees in my designs. I do it all the time. But varying the tree height, I feel like, is the biggest factor in making this feel as natural as possible. So as I'm planting the trees, I'm also starting to add in some of the spooky trees. I feel like I have to add them as I go. But before I add them, I also have to put down the pathing. And I really didn't necessarily want to use the brick here, but it was kind of my only option because I was using this dirt pathing as the actual path. So I just figured, why not? I'm going to use this brick. At least it will add some texture and some dimension underneath these spooky trees. So that's what I'm going with. Planting trees, laying down pathing, putting in some spooky trees. You're also going to see me adding in some more pumpkin items than I had previously. I decided to grab some stuff out of storage, some different spooky lantern sets, other different pumpkin items. I wanted to add a bunch more of those items and really make this feel as full as possible. So I'm going to let you guys watch for a little bit, and I will come back and talk some more about what I'm doing. So you can see here that my campsite is actually inside the spooky forest, and I didn't want to completely try to decorate this campsite area, so I'm just adding a few elements here, a pumpkin lantern set, a lantern, campfire. It was all stuff that was here before, but it was in a different place, as well as some barbed wire fencing and more pumpkins. I wanted to add enough stuff where it felt included in this build, but also I feel like the campsite is its entirely own thing and I need to add more over there, obviously. So I will be working on the campsite at a later time, but I did want to include this front little section leading into the campsite right here. So that's what I'm doing, and then I'm going to start adding some more trees, more spooky trees, kind of trying to offset the orange and yellow version of the spooky tree. And I apologize in advance for how many times you're going to see you can't place that item here. Because I think that it came up probably 30 times, me trying to place items where they can't go. So I'm sorry about that. So at this point, I feel like the front area is pretty done, and now I just have this entire back area to fill up. And somehow I feel like I don't have as many trees as when I had this before. I don't know if everything was just more spaced out before. Maybe that's why it felt empty as well. I had it slightly more spaced out. But I'm trying to fill this area as much as possible. I really want it to feel overgrown. I want all the spooky stuff to really shine here. So that's what I'm doing. I'm going to continue filling this up. Custom patterns, spooky trees, regular cedar trees, continuing to kind of alternate those stunted trees throughout here. And I'm going to finish up this build and I will come back with the finished product.
I like my enthusiasm.
I like your enthusiasm.
All right, final things have been placed. We've got all of our leaves in place, spooky towers, all of the stuff. I love the way this looks. This is one of my favorite areas, especially at nighttime. I think it looks amazing in the night with all of the pumpkins shining, the lights on the spooky trees. I love it. I feel like it definitely gives a spooky vibe, and this dream address will definitely be set at nighttime to feature this area. I hope you like the way that this turned out. If you enjoyed the video, I'd appreciate if you like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!